Hey agents, it's Manny. So I've already done a Pfizer tank video before, but I have updated strats in a slightly different build. It's not completely different, but enough that I'd love to show you guys how I actually run it now. So in this video, I'm going to cover my new build and my slightly new strat as well. Before we start, if you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and ding that notification bell so you know when there's new videos. And if you're looking for someone to game with, you can find me and other players in the Militia Discord server. The link is in the description below. All right, now for the build, we'll go through this pretty quick. All right, so we're using demo for the burn resist. It has 20% burn resist. It has. Now the biggest change between this and the old one is I'm actually using Ravenous as my primary now. The reason we use Ravenous as our primary is for its talent. So it has Jerry and Freaky. So on trigger pull, you fire both barrels at once. So every time you pull the trigger, you fire 2 strats. So that means you fire 2 primers into the boss every time you pull the trigger. So you pull it 5 times, that's 10 primers, which is the max. Now when you fire from your right shoulder, which is your initial shoulder, that's offensive primers. If you switch to your left shoulder, that's defensive primers. That's important because offensive primer gives 100% weapon damage, deals 100% weapon damage, while the defensive primer gives you 4% bonus armor and 10% amplified damage to armor plates, which we don't care about, but it's 4% bonus armor. So that gives us 20% of our armor when we explode the defensive primers. But primer effectiveness is doubled at 10 stacks. So if we have 10 stacks, that means we get 40% armor. That's going to keep us alive in the forge with no healer. Secondary weapon doesn't matter. I have a FAMAS, I don't use it. Your pistol should be a D50. It's the highest damaging pistol other than Liberty or Ravenous, Regulus, which you can't use because you already have the Ravenous in your main hand. All right. So now we're going to have a 4-piece foundry, and the 4-piece foundry, we get 10% total armor, we get 1% more armor regen, and 50% shield health, which we don't care about. However, makeshift repairs, I believe, does help you on this. So whenever you or your shield takes damage, 20% of that amount is repaired over 15 seconds. So it's a little more armor regen. Now, for our pieces, though, we're going to make sure that we have armor regen, hazard protection, and a burn resist mod. And then you have on this as well, armor has pro, burn resist, gloves, armor has pro, and my knees, which are not optimized yet. I should have. It's just a little smig. I probably didn't even care. Armor and has pro. With that, and then our chest piece is Point Man, and we're using this for the talent of Perfect Vanguard. It's for our teammates, not for us. So every time you deploy your shield, it's invulnerable, but we don't really care about that. However, it grants 50% of your armor as bonus armor to all other allies. That means at 1.9, I'm giving 950,000 armor to everyone for 20 seconds. So the cooldown is 25 seconds. So there's like a 5-second period where you don't have it, which is fine. So that's okay. Now, that is that for the defensive stuff. Then we actually have the Dodge City holster, and we use this for the quick draw talent. So what happens is while your pistol is holstered, you gain a stack up to every 0.3 seconds, up to 100, and then a stacking buff. So when you swap to your pistol, when you're up at 100, every single stack gives you 10% weapon damage, 10% more damage per stack. So that means you're going to do 1,000% more damage with your pistol when you shoot. So this deals headshot damage to anywhere you hit. So it doesn't matter if you hit him in the chest, back, head, whatever. It's a headshot damage. So it hits like a freight train. All right. So now what we want to do is have our stats, and the biggest thing is we want to make sure that we have burn resistance of 91% at least, which is your max burn resist. I'm at 100%, not a big deal. I'm not gonna worry about losing that, because if I come down, it's just gonna have one of my mods will be less effective. Doesn't matter. 100% is fine. You want to be at 90. Now, the last couple pieces, we actually have our Reviver Hive. We're gonna use this it is a get out of jail free if we screw up and miss the backpack or don't kill it. This will help us get up. And then we're gonna be using a Crusader shield instead of the Bulwark shield. The reason we're using a Crusader shield instead of Bulwark shield is because we don't want to accidentally switch from Ravenous to our pistol, fire our pistol, and lose our Gun City holster stacks. All right. So if we switch to our shield is only for Point Man. So if we deploy our shield, everyone gets bonus armor, and we stay on Ravenous. We take our shield off, we're still on Ravenous, but if you're Bulwark, you'll have the pistol out, you have to switch back. Remember to switch to Ravenous so you don't use your stacks. All right, that's the build. Now let's get into the gameplay. All right, guys, so here's the gameplay. I'm going to leave in my in-game callouts, and you'll hear them. The first one is here. Okay, go ahead, open it. So now I go through A door all the time. You can choose whichever door you want to. Not a big deal. So here's the next call out. We're going to be calling out the numbers, letters. M is in Mike. M is in Mike. So I call it the first letter there. There's M. Now, once they shoot that, see where I'm standing right now? I'm basically going to stay here the whole time. I can see the codes. The boss can't go behind me, and I can see the codes when they first pop up. So I'm going to just stay here. Even when the boss comes up and attacks me, I'm not going to run from the boss. I'm just going to stay here and take it. You notice I'm also starting to get stacks of the debuff. The flame debuff is on the very end. It's red. And I haven't done anything. I should actually deploy my shield, proc my shield for my teammates. But I don't need to it because my armor regen is good enough. There it is. I procced a bonus armor for my teammates. My regen is high enough that I don't have to worry about healing myself. And my gunslinger holster is stacked up fully. You can see it there. C's and Charlie. C's and Charlie. There's another call out. That was C. I'm still not worried. Now I'm actually starting to take damage. Once you get to about 40 stacks or so, 40, 50 stacks, then you want to start actually shooting with the Ravenous. Over left shoulder, I deploy 5 of them, and I get bonus armor. So 5 shots gives me total armor. I'm not going to waste stacks because I could use it again in the future. Here it is. 5 more. Deploy. Try to hit 5. Try to fill that full bar up. It's blue. You know it's the defensive stacks. P as in Paul. P as in Paul. There's a third call out. On the third call out, I'm going to actually leave the forge and reset my stacks. Simply because he's going to wipe mechanic, and I need to get the RPGs that are in the A door. Close that. Run through. Exit the forge. If you're in the room, stacks don't drop. You don't get any more, but you don't drop them. Out here, you can see my stacks are dropping. Open A. Now I'm going to bring both RPGs in with me. Drop them here. The control room guy's holding the doors open for me. All right, now I gotta keep going with the stacks. Now I'm in a bad spot. I have to actually turn, but my teammate in the control room is telling me when they're C's and Charlie. C's and Charlie. He was telling me when the actual letters are up. And all you have to do is read the first letter off, whatever it is. And if it's the number 45, then just say numbers. Otherwise, it's just read the letter off. That sound is I have to actually shoot the train car because it's going to wipe us. Make sure you don't hit Pfizer. R is in Romeo. R is in Romeo. So basically it can be, the call is going to be either F, P, C, R, M, or numbers. And now I'm taking enough damage that I am going to just keep my bonus armor going. Bring your rocket in, and Sax, put the rockets in C now. So we typically put all our rockets to A. It's just easier that way. But now the team from the A side is going to come in. We're going to come in a healer and a damage dealer, because he's going to take out the locks while the healer is going to keep me and him alive. Just keep my stats going. So now I'm switching to my pistol. I got it. Wait till he shimmies a little bit, so you want to wait. It takes a couple shots, and you see I just took it out by myself. Back to my Ravenous. Now we're getting ready for water, so I'm going to hop up onto this platform and wait for water. Wait for the control room guy to call out water. I'm going to stay up here because you only have a few seconds to do that water. Now water almost got messed up on this one because I went on it and I got staggered out of it right there, but I was able to get back on it, do the water. And at this point, your job as a tank is done. So, and the other thing too is, you notice I was in the very far corner because the two guys from the A team, the guys that come in from the A side, they stay up by the A door. I try to keep them as far away as possible, so if something happens, they're not getting flamed. They just have to worry about the stacks and keeping themselves alive that way. They don't have to worry about Pfizer going over and hitting with a flamethrower. So what happens now is the rest of the team comes to the B door, everyone enters the forge, and we DPS and kill the boss. So one last thing I want to mention is, if you notice, I don't just shoot willy-nilly in the beginning, because you can run out of ammo. You can see I'm already down to about 600 rounds. If somehow you miss a code, or you have to do another round of rockets, or anything like that extends it, you're gonna have to start using more and more Ravenous rounds. So you don't want to use all of them up right away. So make sure you are very conservative with your rounds at first. Don't just shoot 5 and use the bonus armor. Shoot 5, use the bonus armor. Shoot 5, then do your right shoulder. Do it slow, you know what I mean? Conserve your ammo, because it could be a long fight depending on your group. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, please hit that like button below and leave a comment if you have any questions. I'll do my best to answer them. If you'd like to see more content like this, then please smash the subscribe button. You can also hit me up when I'm live over on Twitch at twitch.tv/Maniocrity, where I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings starting at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Till next time, agents, happy hunting.
The True Sun's cannon is destroyed, but we're not done yet.